Okeechobee 2018. My name is Carlie Bradley with the Naples Herald, and I'm very excited today because I'm with QuinnXCII, who's one of my favorite artists. Thank you so much for sitting down with me and everything.
Thank you for having me.
So, how did you get into music? Tell me about your roots.
So I grew up in, I'll just take this from you. I grew up in Detroit, Michigan, and grew up listening to a lot of like soul music and Motown. My parents just played around the house, and so I kind of just grew up around music all the time, dancing and stuff. And then as I got older, I got into more people that I liked. I found my own taste in music, so guys like Jack Johnson and Third Eye Blind and all these kind of like cool 90s, early 2000s acts I was really inspired by. And then just sort of like midway through high school just decided to write music on my own. I was always like a big writing fan, like always took creative writing classes and stuff, and then kind of fused my love of music with that one day and just wrote like a rap. It was terrible, and then but I ended up really enjoying it. So even though it was bad, I just like kept doing it and doing it and doing it, and then just kind of stuck with me. Yeah, so yeah.
Very cool. It's been really fun to like listen to your style like kind of develop and change. And how do you think that living in LA now has influenced your sound?
I think it definitely. I think going to LA for sure. Like you can easily be like switched to do whatever sort of trendy, and like when you meet other producers and writers and whatever the case may be, you can be urged to go into a certain direction. But I don't think it's changed me too much. I just sort of have a different perspective now on the industry and kind of like take that to my advantage when I write my stuff. And I try to stick to my roots as much as possible. Kind of like sticking to what I was doing on the days of SoundCloud and uploading music for free, and now switching over to Spotify and all this stuff. Like I want to keep doing the stuff that I started doing that kind of got me to this point. So yeah.
Well, I know you're super busy. I know you just got off of a European tour and you're still touring. And what do you like to do in your free time? Like, what are your interests besides music?
Yeah. Interests are definitely like video games. I love to play FIFA. I'm a huge soccer fan.
Oh my god, same.
Yeah? we had a fan bring us an Xbox last tour. It was the nicest thing ever. And so I actually have my house in LA. So we need to get a gaming system for the bus, but we don't have it yet.
Who's your team for FIFA?
Chelsea, I think. Yeah, I just was when we were in England. I saw them play live. Actually, it was the coolest experience ever. Watching sports. On the road, just kind of like sightseeing when we're in different cities. Just trying to take advantage of like the travel aspect of tour. And not getting too swept up in the business side. I like to kind of like move around and just sort of, like I said, just take advantage of every city that we're in and be touristy, I guess. So yeah. I don't know. Those are things I like to do on the road for sure.
So it's really cool because you've collaborated with some of my other favorite artists like Chelsea Cutler and Prince Fox. Do you have any like plans in the future? Like who's like a dream artist that you'd love to collaborate with?
Yeah, I mean there's so many. I could sit here for hours talking about guys and girls I would love to work with, but I don't know. Like I would love to work with dudes like John Bellion. I would love to work with even like Sarah Bareilles, who's a little older but like still I think is amazing. I'd love to work with Jack Johnson. This band Years and Years I really like. I don't know, there's so many. And then there's like the DJ world I'm really into, and yeah, just put off the top of my head those three always come to mind. Yeah.
So when I'm like telling people about your music, which I do all the time, I always kind of just describe it as just the perfect summer playlist.
Yeah.
How would you describe your music to someone who's not really that into the scene?
Yeah, it's super tough because I guess it's a good and a bad thing because like my music's definitely like a mix of everything that I've been inspired by growing up listening to, so, and even my taste now. So like I kind of came up with this term called melting pop. So it's like a melting pot of music, but just I obviously switched the pop to pop. So I don't know if that's sticking with people, but like that's the only way I kind of really describe it. It's easier just to like play for someone as opposed to like describing it, but I just kind of break it down as like a mix of like reggae meets soul meets electronic meets hip hop. And I know that's like hard to digest just off on paper, but like yeah, a melting pop is how I would describe it to people, which is, I don't know, kind of interesting, but yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
So do you have any big plans for 2018? Like what are you looking forward to this year career-wise?
Career-wise, yeah, for sure. We're currently on tour, and this is like week one. We just finished. It's been amazing so far. Like the whole thing's like sold out, which I'm just so fortunate to be in this position. And just doing more festivals coming up and doing a lot of ones that I've been like dying to do since I started music. And putting out another album this year, so fans can definitely look out for that. And just like traveling more, putting out music, and just staying active, I guess, as much as possible. So
Absolutely. I feel like a lot of the times, like when artists start to get really popular, because you really have blown up a lot, like in the past couple years, they start to kind of like not get to like have fun as much. Who are some of your favorite like artists to like listen to or go see live? Like,
well, it's kind of a shame because like I don't get to do as many, like I don't get to go to as many shows as I would like to go to, just because I'm either traveling or working on stuff. But when I do, like I it's really at festivals actually, because like now today is like now the time where like we play tonight at like 9, and I have all day to like go check around and see acts that I love. So like I'm gonna see like Mr. Wives today, and like Billie Eilish, and who else is playing? Travis Scott plays tonight, and like just Snoop Dogg. Yeah, I know, it's crazy. So like I think festivals is really when I get to take advantage of like those times where like I want to see like the acts that I don't get to see when they play like just like hard ticket shows like in cities. Like it's cool to be like grouped with a bunch of artists that you look up to and are inspired by. So I'm definitely gonna like fanboy a lot today and just walk around and like try to just be just another fan in the crowd. So yeah.
I love that. All right, Quinn, thank you so much for taking the time to sit down with me. I'm really looking forward to seeing your set tonight and everything. I'm Carlie Bradley with the Naples Herald, and I'll see you guys after the fest.